I'm Audrey Enghauser. I'm a communication studies major at Furman, and I'm a junior. And last summer, I was a communications intern at Soteria CDC, which is a prison reentry program. So basically, what Soteria does is they provide a lot of different support to people that are coming out of prison and jail and kind of trying to fill in the gaps of supports that people in those situations don't usually get. So the main thing being employment, as these people tend to face really hard barriers in getting employed. So they have a program called Soteria at Work, which is for the men in the program. They can work at this wood shop and they can gain skills, and that kind of helps transition them into the workforce. And then placing other men and women at employers around Greenville that are what they call second chance employers that will take on people that have been incarcerated. And so employment is a big part of Soteria and housing. They provide housing for up to a year for people in the program and then affordable rentals for after the graduation of the program. And they also provide a community of support and being a part of like a larger community of both the staff and the people in the program. And they also work on advocacy work to try to help lobby South Carolina representatives to be more accommodating to people that are coming out of prison. So in my role at Soteria, I ran the social media accounts primarily posting like educational graphics to kind of teach the community and our followers about what Soteria does and also some of the myths about incarceration and reentry and some of the things that people don't understand. Um, and I also interviewed program participants and told their stories. So some of these pictures on the right, you can see our little profiles of people that I did. I wrote stories that went with those pictures kind of about their pasts, what led them to Soteria, and how they've changed their lives since being in Soteria. A lot of the people in the program really saw a lot of benefits in their lives, being able to rebuild, being able to get that stability from a housing, employment perspective, and then they can thrive in a lot of ways that they haven't been able to in the past. So telling those stories was really important. And then I kind of made content for some events and photographed them. But throughout this experience, I really learned a lot about reentry and what it's like to transition into the real world from incarceration and how hard it is and how many barriers there are and really how much extra support these people need that they're not getting from society before that. I learned about how to tell those kinds of stories, how to be sensitive about people's pasts and if they're dealing with trauma and how to ask about those things in a respectful way and being able to share those stories in a way that feels empowering to them and is really listening to what they're saying and being able to translate that into stories. And also just nonprofit marketing, again, going along with that, kind of how to communicate the message of Soteria. I did a lot of graphic design through this job. But this really gave me a sense of um, fulfillment from meeting these people and telling their stories. And I'd love to work for a prison reentry program again. I feel like being a part of the staff meetings and being a part of the storytelling of this enabled me to really understand how it works. So I would love to work for one again, or apply these skills to another similar nonprofit. Thank you so much.